My heart was pounding in my chest. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. After she was done, I asked her, "What's up, ally? How did this thought cross your mind that we should open our marriage?" She gave some excuse about reading about these polygamist or polyamorous couples and their happy lives, saying she got fascinated by it. I listened patiently, trying to spot the red flags. When she was done, I said with a firm voice, "No, absolutely not. I'm not interested in sharing you with anyone else. That's not the kind of marriage I signed up for." She nodded, but I could see the disappointment in her eyes. She quickly changed the subject, but something in my gut told me this wasn't over. I intended to spend a few more days at the farm, but after this conversation, I couldn't stay there any longer. I was anxious and came back home the very next day. Ally was at work at the time. I have spent enough time on Reddit to know that when your partner suggests an open marriage, it's more likely that they have already cheated or are on the verge of cheating. I quickly checked her closet and her makeup drawer to find any evidence of her cheating but found none. When she came back in the evening, she wasn't surprised to see me. She said she knew I would run back home after the last night's talk. She got passive-aggressive and turned on me, saying I was accusing her of cheating. I clarified that I wasn't suspecting her, but I was concerned about her sudden interest in polyamory. She had a very twisted logic to my concern. She said, "See, that's why people go for poly. You don't have to deal with the constant insecurity of whether your partner is cheating on you or not. You know your partner loves you and won't leave you. That's all that matters, right?" I protested, saying, "That's not all. I can't share my partner just because they fail to provide me security. It's our responsibility to make each other feel secure." Things got a little heated, and I bluntly asked her if she was cheating on me. She immediately handed over her phone for me to check. I wasn't naive. If she knew I'd be home and was offering her phone to check, she had probably wiped out anything incriminating. There was no point in checking it. She started crying, saying she had never cheated on me and that it was just a passing thought she shared with me. It went to the point where I started feeling guilty about suspecting her. She assured me that she would never cheat on me. We made up, and I thought we were sorted. It was smooth for the next few days, but eventually, Ally started getting distant and quieter than usual. She seemed preoccupied, often zoning out during dinner, scrolling mindlessly through her phone, or staring into space when we were supposed to be catching up. She started staying late at work more often, something she'd never done before. I confronted her about it, asking why she was suddenly so busy. She brushed me off, saying her workload had increased and that I was being ridiculous for even questioning it. I didn't let it slide and always nudged her about it, but whenever I did, she would offer me her phone to check. I wanted to trust her, but I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. She was hiding something. After that conversation, I couldn't get the thought out of my head, why would she suggest something like that? The timing of her suggestion for an open marriage made everything worse. I was offered a 3-week on-site project in Germany. It was a huge opportunity for me, but I was skeptical about leaving Ally with this thought in her head. I started questioning every interaction, every smile, every laugh. The idea gnawed at me, but I pushed it aside, telling myself I was being paranoid. Ally had never given me a reason not to trust her before. And now, since she was always offering her phone, maybe it was just a passing thought and nothing more. After much contemplation, I accepted the on-site offer. I was gone for 3 weeks. We communicated regularly, but I couldn't shake the feeling that she was drifting away. I tried to convince myself it was all in my head, but Ally's messages started to change after a few days. She stopped texting as frequently, and when she did, her messages were short and distant. I'd send her long updates about my day and about missing her, but she'd respond with quick, one-word replies. It didn't feel like she cared anymore. I asked her once if everything was okay, and she gave the same answer, "I'm just busy." "Don't worry." I wasn't convinced. I pressed her further, and she brought up the topic of open marriage again, saying, "See, that's why open marriages work these days. There are no boundaries. You're secure with your partner, and you enjoy your life. You're gone for 3 weeks. I have needs. You're also worried that I might be cheating, so it's better if we open up the marriage." This time, it wasn't a mere suggestion. She spoke with conviction. It was clear that she wanted it, whether I liked it or not. I was speechless. I said we'd discuss it once I was back. I decided to come home early from the trip. I needed to see for myself what was going on. I didn't tell Ally I was coming back. I wanted to catch her off guard and see what she was doing when she thought I was still thousands of miles away. When I got home, everything looked normal, too normal, actually. The house was spotless, as if she had been preparing for my return. She greeted me with a surprised smile, but something about her reaction felt off, like she was putting on a show. I watched her carefully. Not too proud of it, but I also checked her phone and found nothing. Foolishly, I thought maybe I was being paranoid. I thought she would bring up that topic again, but she didn't. The next day, which was yesterday, she came back from work, stormed inside the room, and said, "Look, we have to do this." I was puzzled. "Do what?" Without maintaining eye contact, she said, "I've been talking to some people. There's this couple I know, and they've been doing it for a while. It works for them, and I think it could work for us." I could feel my blood boiling. People? What people? She hesitated before admitting that she had met this couple through an online forum. They were all into the open marriage lifestyle and had been encouraging her to give it a try. I snapped at her, "You're already talking to them without even asking me? Do you realize how messed up this is?" To my surprise, she blew up at me and said, "I've been trying to make you understand, but you're stuck in your fossil concept of monogamy. I'm done waiting for you. I'm opening this marriage, whether you like it or not." It took a moment for me to process what she had said. Then, I held her shoulder and asked her point blank, "You've already cheated on me, haven't you? Look at me and answer." Her face flushed, and she finally confessed the truth. She admitted that she had been seeing someone behind my back. She mellowed down and stammered, avoiding eye contact. "I haven't cheated on you. I mean, not exactly. It was only once, and I thought you might come around and join me."